How we doing, everybody? This is Case from Q101, and this is a Case for a show in which I have coerced management and letting me talk to my favorite bands. We're at Lollapalooza again, and I am back with Graham from HIGH VIS. Graham, we talked at Riot Fest a few years ago. Now we're doing it at Lolla. My friend, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm fucking tired, but I'm good.
What's been the schedule leading up to this? What's the day been like? What's the week been like?
We played Cobra Lounge last night, which was banging. We played at like 12 o'clock at night. All of us are jet lagged. I mean, I'm not going to moan about this, but I'm going to moan about this. It was cool. The show was banging. And yeah, I've just been driving around and just whipping around Chicago as my boss.
So it's funny you mentioned the Cobra Lounge because I was there April of 2023, the first HIGH VIS show in Chicago at Cobra. I think I told you at Riot Fest, it was as excited for any show as I've ever been. It felt like the moon landing was coming to the Cobra. I was really, it's like one of those nights where I was like, I'll remember this forever. I'll remember the vibe in that room. I'll remember you on stage. I remember how excited I was for that show, and that's real. How has life changed between that Cobra Lounge show and this one you played last night?
How's it? I don't know. Really, if it's changed at all. Like, I mean, it obviously has, but it was. I still feel exactly the same. I'm so well excited to play and be here and be able to do this. Like, yeah, I feel well lucky.
Good. What's it like when you're doing a big festival like this and you're not sure who's going to be out there or what's going to be out there when you come from behind that curtain? Today, a lot of Slater fans packed that stage early. I think a lot of people weren't expecting whatever they got as soon as you came out there. But when you're backstage right before you go out at a big fest like this, what's going through your head?
I don't know, really, I always try and approach it the same way, innit? Like, I don't try not to give it too much thought. And, like, I've played a lot of festivals to no one. So, like, anyone being there, I'm just like, you know, I just approach it like I would a hardcore show or whatever. So, but yeah, I was made up. I mean, people were like moving around and people looked like they enjoyed it. So
it was a good time.
Yeah, it was boss.
Let's talk about your look. You're maybe the best dressed man I know.
Stop it.
I'm in a real.
Speaking, here's the best dressed man, Ben Cook, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm in a real Anglophile era in my life right now. I'm trying to stockpile as much Fred Perry as I can. Okay. I'm trying to save up to get some Stone Island in my life. Are there any other brands I need to be aware of so that even though I'm from Indiana and live in Chicago, when I walk down the street, people think I'm from Manchester? Because that's what I'm looking to do.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot to pick from. I mean, obviously today I'm wearing Palace is one of them brands. Like, I've known them lot for years. To see how they've like blown up in the world is so good. Obviously, I've got a little Dippy Burberry hat on. I don't know, like.
One of the best dressed men I know, and I like the gold tooth. They're very Justice Trip of you. I think I'm going to be next in that lineage. I think I would look good with one of those.
Yeah, just eat sweets. Or candy, sorry.
That's going to be hard for me to do. Let's talk about your music and not your look. Guided Tour's out now. Record blew me away when I heard it. The song Drop Me Out in particular. You have this power to write these songs, and at least for me specifically, my worldview, I feel like it's like the intense like zoom in, zoom out thing that Scorsese does when I hear some of your music. And Drop Me Out was one of those where I was like, God damn, what a song. What were you trying to say with that? What was the inspiration behind Drop Me Out?
I mean, that song's about thinking of friendship. Like, I mean, a lot of people I grew up with and hung out with, you know, are like, and some of the things that we all got up to. It's about kind of like stepping away from some people maybe and just like reminiscing on situations in which people might have like thrown you under the bus a little bit. I think, yeah. And you can't pick your mates, can you? You're like stuck with them for life as well. There's a lot of people at back who are like unbelievably badly behaved. Do you know what I mean?
It is maybe an odd question to ask because, you know, at the root of it, you're still, you know, a hardcore band or a punk band or whatever. But, like, now that HIGH VIS is doing things like Lollapalooza and this band has a bit of a higher profile, do you feel like people that have known you for a long time maybe treat you differently for better or worse?
Nah, I don't think so. Hopefully I'm not acting any different. I mean, I definitely don't feel any fucking different.
The other song I want to ask you about real quick was Mine's a Lie, which the first time I heard it, I was blown away because it wasn't what I was expecting. It's a pretty drastic sonic departure for you guys. How do you approach coming into band practice being like, hey, I got an idea? Take me through the construction of that song and how it came to be.
I'm lucky because I'm the one who's just sort of like, people bring stuff to us and I'm like, fucking hell, that's boss. Like, and Ski's super inventive and like, I think we're all ravers, you know what I mean? We're all kind of like into electronic music and all that. So I think just drawing from different places and like trying stuff out. I think, yeah, I'm just lucky. I would just sit there and put words to it at the end, you know what I mean? And be like, that's sick, do that. Like, I can't take any credit. Like, I'm just...
Let me ask you this before you go. I got 2 more questions for you. For the people that maybe saw you today at Lollapalooza or are discovering you from, Q101 and that maybe aren't super familiar with your music, talk to the Slater fans out there that, maybe had their world shaped a little bit differently today by you. For the people at Lollapalooza that maybe like alternative rock but don't know you and don't know hardcore, is there a hardcore record that you would recommend everybody start with, the gateway into the subculture?
That's a hard question.
It is.
I mean,
and I put you on the spot for it too. I didn't give you any time to prepare.
For me, like, Negative Approach are the band who are like, I would say this is like a perfect example of hardcore. Yeah, so I think like the Negative Approach 7.
Do you remember when you first heard Negative Approach?
Yeah, I was young. I mean, I got given a lot of tapes. I was really lucky. I had like olders who like brought me into stuff. So I remember getting a tape. It was just like compilation of different records, and it had like the ROIR sessions, Bad Brains, had like Damaged by Black Flag, Neg Approach, like that all together. So I just sort of like was just blown away.
That's like somebody handing you a Bible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, let's end with this. You were on stage today, and the last time we spoke, I spoke to you directly about the impact that Trauma Bonds, the song, has had on my life. We talked a little bit about what it's like touring that song and having people and all these different venues come up to you and go like, that song got me through this, or that means so much to me. You yourself spoke on stage before you guys played that song today, and I would love it if you would. I retell that story, feels like a crass way to say it, but just share with the Q101 audience what that song has meant to you over the last year.
Well, Trauma Bonds, I think it's like it made me. I've definitely like looked at it slightly differently, especially getting sober and thinking about. I mean, I talk about like last year. Obviously, I tried to off myself last year, and I feel very lucky to like have be alive. Do you know what I mean? I feel, and that's through the National Health Service. It's through like my neighbour getting me to the hospital, being in surgery in no time. Do you know what I mean? It was a mad situation, and I don't think. I mean, I thought it was all right, and I was just obviously just deep in the madness really, and just obviously tried to stab myself through the heart. It's like it's not, it's fucked. It's a fucked situation, but I mean, I think trying to talk about it candidly now, and just being like, that happened, and I know I wouldn't have acted like that if it was sober, or you know what I mean, or wasn't in the madness essentially. So I'm just trying to like, I got lucky as fuck, and I've got a lot of friends who I feel like if they were looking at life through like clear eyes or whatever, they wouldn't have done the things they've done. You know what I mean? And it's so, I've lost a lot of friends to suicide, and I think it's like a lot of that stuff could have gone a better way. Do you know what I mean? If people just sort of like had the help or had the ability to be able to talk about it, really.
For sure. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're making music.
I'm glad to be here. Like.
Good. You make my life better. I know I speak for a lot of people where we're very, very grateful that you're here and that High Vis has come into our lives, because you've impacted my life in a real way. Thanks. So I greatly appreciate that, Graham. High Vis, at High Vis on social media?
Yeah. I think, yeah. At High Vis on Insta and all that.
You'll find them. Graham, man, I can't thank you enough.
You are? The High Vis UK, oh, good.
High Vis UK. I'm on Instagram @_Kslow, CASELOWE. Interviews with Knocked Loose, with Military Gun, with Drain, with Jeff Rosenstock. With my guess is if you made it this far, I've talked to plenty of other bands that you like, including Graham a few years ago. So I can't thank you enough for your time, Graham. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much, man.
So much. Nice one.